You shook me all night long. Oh, you shook me all night long. You never told me, and you shook me all night long. Yeah, you shook me while you took me. You shook me all night long. What's going on, YouTubers? For ladies and gentlemen, it's the Natural Scream Thriller. Just give me one moment. Just want to say welcome everyone to Impact Wrestling Review, the show from September 17th, 2021. This was Impact Wrestling's Victory Road 2021 edition. Pertains to the final stop, unless you want to count knockouts, knockdown. Pertains to Hanging on the Road for Bound for Glory. That's going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada, for October, which is next month. And this took place in Nashville, Tennessee, in Skyway Studios. This was around August 17th, 2021, and September 17th, 2021, returns to the main event. And they aired on September 18th, 2021. Returns to Impact Wrestling Victory Road on Impact Plus. And your commenters were Josh Matthews. Not Josh Matthews. It was Matt Striker coming back on commentary, and D'Lo Brown on commentary. So, with all that out of the way, let's get right into the show. Before we do, just gotta take care of something. Okay, now I can continue. All right, so the opening match was Steve Maclin versus P.D. Williams versus TJP. Match lasted 10 minutes and 20 seconds, where it pertains to a three-way match, where for a couple of times there was a 2-on-1 situation, which is Steve Maclin against P.D. Williams and TJP, but it ends up being a regular three-way rules, and everything that happened in this match was pretty good. The opening match was good, with Steve Maclin getting the win over on TJP, which I thought was going to happen, where it tends to getting the victory, and sure enough, that's what happened. So yeah, as I predicted, Steve Maclin winning, and where it tends to Steve Maclin getting the win on TJP, I predicted that as well. As far as where it tends to if there's going to build this up for a match between these two later on down the line on where it tends to television programming. Not much of it where it tends to it, because this happened already. So as this recording, I already watched Impact Wrestling, and nothing of significance happened where it tends to see Maclin, P. Williams, and TJP. But either way, Steve Maclin got the win as I predicted, and there you go. We got to a match that that was just added into there, which I thought to myself, okay, which match was took out? And after seeing this, I said, okay, they just added one match in there, and none of the other matches were now booted out. They're not even moved to the pre-show. In fact, there was no pre-show match at all. Which they added a wild card here, which you have a 5-way scramble match. That's at 8 minutes and 12 seconds with Laredo Kid versus Black Taurus versus Jake Something versus John Schuyler versus Trey Miguel. And the match itself was a fun, good match. All 5 guys looked very good, especially when it comes to Black Taurus. Black Taurus was in his element in this match, and he was on fire in this match. So was Jake Something in this match. Trey Miguel is always great. John Schuyler was good, and Laredo Kid was good as well. Especially Laredo Kid. In the end, it was Laredo Kid getting the win. I believe he got the win over on John Schuyler, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, it was a fun second thrown into the to the card match, and it delivered. So the match I didn't care for, which was next, Taylor Wilde being accompanied by Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering versus Tina Dashwood being accompanied by Caleb and Madison Rain. Singles match lasted 9 minutes and 16 seconds. At one point, Caleb and Madison Rain got kicked out, and then Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering got kicked out. But the beginning of the match, I didn't care for it. I had low expectations of this match. Didn't think the match was good at all. Until maybe the ending, which was the best part, was that it ended. Till Wild won. Does it mean anything? Nope. So moving on. Matt Cardona versus Ray Rojo with Shirai at ringside in a no disqualification match, and 10 minutes and 49 seconds it lasted. So they having a match where they have a very good no disqualification match. I try to remember what was the used other than the steel chair. But other than that, I thought it was a good match. Shira got involved to a point where he got kicked out. That's nothing too, because I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, it's no disqualification, so why is he getting kicked out if it's no disqualification? You know, there's no rules in this match, so because he came out one point again to help out Rick Rajul, and then Chelsea Green makes her makes her appearance there on the show to cause Rick Rajul a distraction for Macardona to get a one up on them with the the radio silent and got the win. So yeah, Chelsea Green and Macardona got a one up on Rick Rajul and Shira. So this is gonna be the final time Macardona and Rick Rajul are gonna have the differences or whatever in a way. This was the ending of the whole thing, but I doubt that, because based on what happened on Impact Wrestling, as I was recording, I already finished watching Impact Wrestling, which tends to the follow up, the fallout of Ridley Road, but that'll be on another time. But yeah, it was a very good no disqualification match. We get to Bullet Club's Chris Bay and Hikuleo versus Finn Juice of David Finlay Jr. and Juice Robinson in 10 minutes and 45 seconds lasted. This tag team match was always a pretty damn good tag team match, with Bullet Club getting the win. And not much to say. So yeah, it was a good match, I thought it was. And Juice Robinson, he was coming to the match where he pretends to having a knee injury. I mean, an ankle injury, I should say. So there you go. Not much to say. Then we get to this next match, which I was looking forward to a lot. Moose and W. Morrissey versus Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan in a tag team match. That's at 15 minutes and just 15 minutes. And you have Alicia Edwards out there at ringside for Eddie Edwards, obviously not for Sami Callihan, but basically it was a promo before the match, where Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan's kind of promo and everything, which pertains to going up against Moose and W. Morrissey, and about them not being friends and everything, but they're gonna be a team to go up against these guys. And then Alicia Edwards comes in, after Sami Callihan left, pertains to she doesn't trust Eddie, basically she doesn't trust Eddie Edwards being teams with Sami Callihan, because she has she doesn't trust Sami Callihan, so it led to being out there for him in case anything goes wrong. So the match happens, ends up being a pretty good match, to a point where we see Alicia Edwards getting involved, and then Alicia Edwards was put in the ring by W. Morrissey, because W. Morrissey was trying to threaten Eddie Edwards to put Moose down, something like that. I remember I think put like the killing stick down, whatever, something like that. I can't remember what it led to, but or he's gonna take care of Alicia Edwards and everything, and Eddie Edwards he did all what W. Morrissey said, and it cost them for Moose to attack them, whatever. And then W. Morrissey still got Alicia Edwards and got her in the ring, gives her a power bomb, and you got the commentators selling the whole thing where I can't believe he did that to Eddie Edwards' wife and everything, like hope she's okay and everything and all that. And I'll talk a little more about that when we get to to Impact Wrestling Review, when it pertains to the fallout of Victory Road. But as far as this part, I mean, it was done in here too as well, pertains to the whole thing. But I'm gonna save my energy for that when we do that Impact Wrestling Review. I gotta say it, because Eddie Edwards, all of a sudden he gets Alicia Edwards carrying her out, and said Sami Callihan, I'm sorry, I gotta take care of her, you're on your own and everything. And then Sami Callihan had his hands on his own, where Moose and W. Morrissey got the win because of a numbers game. So it was the odds going against Sami Callihan in the match. So I was wrong with this one, with Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan winning here. And I think myself, maybe there was gonna be hope, where it the Impact World Tag Team title match, which we'll get to. And I'll talk about that when I get to it. But yeah, but that was the match, and I thought it was good, and I thought since to let Edwards be involved, yeah, I was fine with it until they started talking about something about that whole the whole thing with Edwards. I think it's ridiculous, but we'll get to that. Decay, Havoc, and Rosemary, they don't have the tag team titles with them, or since being the Knockouts Tag Team Champions, because you have Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans who stole the belts from them, but not beating them, but just taking it from them, pertains to playing mind games and everything. So we get to a point where, if they want the tag belts back, you gotta give us a tag team title shot and everything and all that, and here, and it was the opportunity, and all they gotta do is get back the belts that were stolen from them in the first place. So the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Title Championship, 7 minutes and 56 seconds, I meant to say, happened, and it was pretty good. Savannah Evans looks pretty impressive. So they found the ways to protect them losing here. Savannah Evans and Tasha Steelz, where Savannah Evans was poison missed by Rosemary, were to a point where I can't remember if Rosemary was legal, but at the end of the day, it was Decay getting a win over on Tasha Steelz, and Tasha Steelz loses for the team. So Rosemary and Havoc, Decay, winners and still tag team champions, and they got the belts back. So yeah, so it was a decent match. Not much to say about it other than it was a decent match. Now hopefully we can move forward for Tasha Steelz to go to the singles knockout, the single knockouts title, where it pertains to having Tasha Steelz being the Shawn Michaels and Savannah Evans being the Diesel of of the knockouts. And it's been done before, obviously, pertains to the whole thing, where it pertains to like how WWE did it with AJ Lee and Tamina, and now you got and then pertains to TNA Wrestling at the time, we had Gail Kim and Lady Tapa. I was I was having a brain fart there. So basically, that's basically all it could be. And the whole thing with what they're doing with Ace Austin and Matt Fulton, that will be the case too if they haven't been booking them like shit as a tag team. So hopefully, we get Tasha Steelz moving forward of the Knockouts Tag Team titles, and have her go to a higher up position in the Knockouts of the food chain, and that is the Knockouts title. Hopefully we'll get there. Hopefully, because it's gonna be her time. She's got it. Hopefully they don't screw that up like they did with Kiera Hogan. Just saying. Impact World Tag Team Championship, 11 minutes and 26 seconds it lasted. Rich Swann and Will Mack are calling themselves, well, they're not calling themselves this, but pertains to their jerseys, Souljas. Is Souljas. Souljas. Basically, they're supposed to be soldiers, but Souljas. So, and they had jerseys too, by the way, pertains to the whole thing. And they went up against the Good For Nothing Brothers in the Big LG, Doc Gallows, and Machine Machine Fuck Carl Anderson. And that match happens where I think to myself, okay, so since Moose and W. Morrissey got the win over Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan, which means that's so much for them getting an opportunity of the title, where it pertains to them getting the first win as a tag team. Because that's been dead, because they got plans for what they're gonna do with that one, until what we saw on the fallout of Impact Wrestling pertains to what's gonna happen on the next Impact Wrestling show. But okay, I thought they were gonna save it for Bound for Glory, but it turns out they're not going to save it for Bound for Glory, which we'll get to when I get to that review. But after seeing this match, and it was a decent match, and I say to myself, well, maybe we could get this to the Souljas, because they were gonna become tag champions in the future, anyways, or eventually, especially they were supposed to be tag champions back in 2020 if Rich Swann never got hurt because of that dumbass motherfucker Dave Christ. But this could be on the opportunity to become tag team champions, and get the belts of the Good from Nothing Brothers so that they could do things, other things that that I don't care what they do at this point, because fuck Carl Anderson. Nothing against Doc Gallows, but fuck Carl Anderson. And and you start pushing, which one do we make, a tag team that we go look forward to. Nope. Instead, they gave it to the Good from Nothing Brothers. I mean, it's still a good match though, despite Carl Anderson. How I feel about him right now doesn't take anything away of his performance though. But at the same time, I'm getting sick and tired of Doc Gallows swinging that belt back and forth like that's supposed like the belt is supposed to be his big dick or something. But yeah, there you go. That was the match. Then we get to the Impact X Division Championship match. 19 minutes and 1 second it lasted, with the X Division Champion Josh Alexander versus Chris Sabin. Match happened, slow pace at first, to build up, to be well, I thought it was a very good match, a very good X Division Championship match between Chris Sabin and Josh Alexander, to a point which I knew this was gonna happen with Josh Alexander winning, and I predicted, and I was right. And thank God I was right too, because because if this would have led to Chris Sabin winning, that would have been that would not have been good, because especially where you're trying to build up Josh Alexander, where he's going to be eventually the face of the company, when his time comes, which we'll get to. So Josh Alexander did get the win with the C4 spike, and then Chris Sabin and Josh Alexander embrace after the match, sportsmanship like. Chris Sabin was going to leave. Also, he he sees Josh Alexander as his back is turned and all that. I see himself, wait a minute, is Chris Sabin going to turn heel here? He gets back in there, and all of a sudden he tells Josh Alexander in his ear. I see myself, we'll get to that. He basically give an advice to Josh Alexander to do what Chris Sabin did back in 2013. If you get what I mean. For those of you who watched TNA Wrestling at the time, with Chris Sabin being the X Division champion at that time, yeah, I know exactly what he told Josh Alexander, and we'll get to that, because we get to the main event. Christian Cage defend his Impact World Championship title match against Ace Austin, with Madman Fulton at ringside. 12 minutes and 5 seconds it lasted. And the match, I thought, was pretty good. A pretty good main event for the for world title match. Madman Fulton, he got involved a couple of times, that, but in the end, it was Christian Cage getting the win, all over on Ace Austin, still the Impact World Champion. And then, as I predicted too, by the way, because I said in my preview, my predictions, Josh Alexander comes out because of Chris Sabin whispered in his ear to do what he did back in 2013. Josh Alexander gets on the microphone and says he's gonna invoke Option C. So yes, Josh, which means, I'm pretty sure you already know what it means, but for those who don't know, Option C returns to being the X Division champion, which it was done by Austin Aries. The first guy to ever do it was Austin Aries, because he suggested it. It was either back in 2011. No, actually, it was 2012. It was 2012. Wait, I gotta really think about it. Was it 2012 or was it 2011? Yeah, actually, it was 2012. 2012. When Austin Aries retains to him being the X Division champion, and he was one of the greatest X Division champions of all time, and retains to being the X Division champion, he doesn't want the belt to be just to be surrendered, and while any anything coming out of it where it tends to just being worthless. He wants to relinquish the belt to pass on to any X Division wrestlers to fight for it. In any way they could fight for it. To make it prestige, and make it to pass on to make it mean something. Like it's been done for all over the years, and in an exchange for that, giving up the X Division title is to go after the world title, and for futures X Division champions to do the same thing if they want to use the option C to be the next contender for the world title. which Brian Cage done before. You know, Chris Sabin is one of them as well. Yeah, a few. There's a few others have done it too. Even Austin Aries done it twice. By the way, he's done it. I think he's done it twice. But yeah. So Josh Alexander is going to use that opportunity, and Christian Cage and Josh Alexander end this by staring each other in law, and that was it. That was the show. And there you go. And that will conclude your Impact Victory Road 2021 results for this Impact Wrestling review. The show from September 18th, I should say, 2021. Now, let's get to my highlights of Victory Road 2021. Swerve of the Night was Shira coming back after being thrown out, even though it doesn't make any sense where he was thrown out because there was no disqualifications. Makes no sense because why? Because Raju would have been disqualified even though there's no DQ. Shock of the Night was W. Morrissey powerbombing Alicia Edwards in the ring, which I didn't think he was going to do that, but he did, and I'm like, wow. But yeah, the commentary sounded like, oh my god, can't believe he did that, and blah 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 and all that. Again, I'll say that when I do the Impact Wrestling review, pertaining to the fallout of Victory Road. Moment of the Night, Option C, used by the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, the X Division champion, which he's no longer the X Division champion after surrendering it, which we'll get to that when I get to the review. Promo of the Night, Ace Austin, where it tends to him come to promo, where it tends to where he almost been world champion and all that, and talking about he could be the face of the company and all that and everything. Which was a very good promo there from Ace Austin, and it's a strong promo there, where he could have been the world champion, but whenever that time's gonna happen, it's not gonna happen. Unfortunately, right now, I believe it should happen last year with him, instead of having Eddie Edwards being the champion. But I digress. But I thought it was a good promo there, a great promo there from Ace Austin. Video promo of the night was Moose and W. Morrissey versus Sami Callihan and Eddie Edwards, pertains to Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan, especially of them forced an alliance of one another for feuding all these years. So there'll be no segment of the night for this one because there was pretty any segments there, so there you go. Interest of the night, we'll have to go to the Soldier. Yeah, the Soldiers of Willie Mack and Rich Swann. So performance of the night, Josh Alexander. Move of the night was Steve Macklin's double trio wall, which I've never seen something like that done before, unless it has been done somewhere else. Other than my first time seeing it on Impact Wrestling, never seen anything like that before. Finish of the night was the C4 spike by Josh Alexander. Brew match of the night was the no DQ match, in a good way though. Wildcard of the night was the 5-way scramble match they did, and it was a fun match too. Fight Forever of the night is the X Division Championship title match. And this is awesome chant of the night was Moose and W. Morrissey versus Sami Callihan and Eddie Edwards. Show steal of the night was the X Division Championship title match, the X Division Championship title match, and the match of the night was the Impact World Championship title match. And that was your highlights for Victory Road 2021. And my overall rating for the show, I'm gonna go with a 8.9 out of 10. Very good show. Enjoy the show from start to finish, minus the Taylor Wilde and Tina Dashwood. That was the only weakest match on the show, and I didn't care for it. But everything else, I did care for. And fuck Carl Anderson. And that being said, thank you all for watching for It's Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets, or should I say natural scream thriller. For you to be well, stay safe, take care of yourself, everything that's going on in the world, wear your mask, wear your gloves, get vaccinated, be respectful, be better, be appreciative, love one another, God bless one another, live in peace and harmony for us all. For I am out here, you all take care, ta-ta for now.